probably still going to go with the restroom idea over here. Maybe I'll move the liver poster for the door. Maybe I'll put the liver poster in the restroom so people can learn about their liver while they are attending to their needs. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, and I thought we would play a little Project Hospital, a hospital simulator that takes itself seriously in its medical advice and actually tries to cure real diseases with real cures. Now, I watched Penge at the Geek Cupboard play the beta version of this ages ago. Well, ages ago, earlier this year when the beta was available, and I was immediately hooked on it. It looked really, really fun. So it was just released a couple of days ago, and I picked it up, and indeed, it is very, very fun. If complex, there's no shortage of complexity here. I mean, we are actually trying to play doctor, but it's a lot of fun and a lot of fun ways to build your hospital and make it exactly what you want it to be. At this point, I went through most of the tutorials. Most of them. I'm not going to lie. I got a little bored through the tutorials and kind of tapped out. But I got the base understanding of how the game worked. And then I messed around for a little bit in sandbox mode just on my own time. And it's quite a bit of fun. What I thought we would do is just flat out do a sandbox hospital. Let's just start with nothing and see what we can do with Project Hospital. We've got a bunch of choices for Sandbox, a bunch of empty fields that we could mess around with, or a bunch of pre-built hospitals, but where the heck is the fun in that? That's just silly. I want to build my own hospital, and I will keep Patients Can Die on, because it's a hospital. People are going to die here. That's the nature of things. But I'm not going to be cheaty and turn on the free building or unlock all departments. We're going to work our way through it just like anyone else. So with the empty fields, I think I want to do... I have kind of a vague idea of where I want this hospital to go and what I want it to look like, but I have to plan for the future because we're not going to have everything unlocked right off the bat. So I have to kind of think in advance of what things need to be where, and I don't even know all the things. I haven't progressed that far down the game. Let's just take something pretty neutral, like this 96 by 96 with a small parking lot up front. We'll start with that and see what we can do with it. Well, there we go. There's our big flat field, and I kind of, again, have to think in advance about what things are going to come down in the future. For instance, ambulances. I'm going to need a place for them to hang out and, drop the hurt people off. So my initial thought was just start building around the parking lot, but I kind of want to leave this area off to the right sort of vacant. I think we might start building up here, but let's get some basics done right now. And the most obvious one is, well, we can't call ourselves Anonymous Hospital. That's just terrible. We can rename virtually everything in this game. So when it's not going to be Anonymous Hospital, it'll be the Wee Hours Boo Boos Help Place. There we go. The name of our hospital is the Wee Hours Boo Boos Help Place. When you have a boo-boo, you can come here, and we will help you. So, yes, do that, please. This is going to be our hospital. The Wee Hours Boo Boos Help Place. I may even fuss with that later. Maybe we'll do another hospital and call it something completely different. I don't know, but right now, we all work in the Wee Hours Boo Boos Help Place. Well, nobody works here, actually, because we don't have a hospital. So we got to get to building here. Oh, let's make sure we're paused here. Let's pause the game. Thank you. We're not taking patients at this time. So what do we need right out of the gate? We need to build an emergency center. We need waiting room, doctor's office, and a restroom. Those are the three basic things that we need for this hospital to be in any way functioning. All of these other things are optional, but encouraged, like a corridor, reception area. Now, what I've learned, you have reception area and waiting room. They kind of serve the same purpose, and there's no real point to having the reception area, is what I've learned. It doesn't really do anything, so I'm not going to bother with that. Unless down the road, I just want it for decorative purposes, but we don't need it. We really just need a waiting room. So let's start with that. And how big do we want that to be? Now, what have I got to play with here? People are going to come in this a ways, and I want to have a corridor going all the way up here. So if we took, say, I'm probably going to take down these trees to do it, but that's okay. I've got a plan for some sort of more decorative area over in here. I've got a vague plan area anyway. My plans don't always go that well. As we know, ain't nobody tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay. But let's have a nice big waiting area. We've got $100,000 starting money. And unlike Penge's play in beta where money was no object, money is very much an object right now. So I'm going to start with a nice big waiting area so that, yeah, that alone costs us over $8,000 just to build that foundation. So we can't be messing around with all the monies in the world. Money is very much a thing. Now we need some walls. Let's do that. Now what's going to be a good-looking wall for our waiting area? I kind of like the white with the wood paneling on the bottom. That seems very comforting, I think. Oh, let's just take the walls down. There we go. So we actually see what we're doing. That seems comforting. Nice little white top and then wood paneling. I would feel secure if I came into a hospital and it had that paneling. Let's just drop the walls entirely for right now. Although I do like having the half walls up a la The Sims. Now, flooring. Very important. Got to have a nice calming floor for these people. Again, let's go with a wood laminate. Also easy to keep clean when our janitors get in there. Mop that up real easy with the... Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. I would absolutely be okay with hanging out in that waiting room. Now, of course, they're gonna be fussy and want a door. Let's get a nice big sliding double door. Make sure everyone can get in here. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's hospital. That's a hospital right there. Boom. All right, now, the really fun part, decorating all of this. I absolutely love when I was watching Penge do his beta playthrough. There are so many objects to put into these rooms. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little silly how many... I mean, this is just one page of objects, and we don't need any of these in this room. What we can do is just click on the floor of the room. Well, actually, I should earmark it first, so the game knows what room this is. So we want to make this a waiting room. Click on that and zone this out. Neat. Okay, you are officially a waiting room now. We can get out of that, and we just click on the floor. It'll tell us all the things that we have to have. So everything highlighted we must have, although... when it says bench, chair, and fancy chair, we don't need all of those. We just need one of those things. We need somewhere for people to sit, is what they're saying. So let's start. They would come in the door and get the cue machine. So that's how they know where they are in line. And let's just put that right up front. And then we'll put some benches. Actually, you know what? Would you let me do couches instead? Because I'd really much rather have the couches than the chairs, if you would let me have that. Would that count as seating area? Please say yes. Now, I know I saw couches because I did them in my little messing around. There we go. Sofa. So if I wanted, say, just some sofas instead of the chairs, is that going to work for you, game? Is that going to be an acceptable... Actually, let's see. Let's do one here. Yeah, like that. Okay. Now, if we go back to that room, no, it actually wants benches, chairs, or fancy chairs. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll cope with that. You know what? We'll just stick a couple of these down here to satisfy the game. And then, there we go. Perfect. And then I'm just going to do it decoratively for the rest of it. Vending machine, definitely. Because vending machine, these people are going to want a little snack while they're waiting. Now, again, planning, where am I going to go? I'm going to have a corridor here. Is anything going to live on this wall that I would need a door to get through? Do I want to put maybe a doctor... Oh, a restroom would probably be a really good thing to put right off the waiting room. That seems smart. I'm going to have a think about that. But for right now, this vending machine could maybe tuck in the corner here. That's good. And let's get a different colored vending machine just to waste some money. Boom. There we go. And what else do you need? You need an info TV, so people know when it is their turn. That can go, well, anywhere here. This wall would be fine. Yeah, let's do that. And, oh, yeah, water dispenser. People love water. I know that about people. Now, that satisfies all the requirements. So this is now an active waiting room, but I think we can do a little bit better than that. Not necessarily outdoor objects, but what other fun things could we have in here? Lots of posters. How about a poster about your liver? That way people can learn about their liver while they're waiting in line. And I think we, first of all, need some more chairs. Where did those sofas go? Yeah. I want to do some more of these. Let's get this lined up so that works with that. Yep, and then one here. That's a much more comfy waiting room. It almost looks like an airport waiting room. Like I've actually had sofas in an airport waiting room. But, you know, theoretically you could. Fridge, no. Kitchen sink, not so much, really. How about a couple of cabinets with... Now, what do I want to put on there? What could we put on there? Is the coffee maker kicking around? I know there's a coffee maker in here somewhere. I think people should have some coffee while they're waiting for things. So where would that live? Oh, you know what? A bookcase would be nice. People could read something while they're waiting. I like the idea of that. That can go live by the vending machine. Good. How about some plants while we're kicking around here? Maybe one right in there. Very nice. Very nice. And how about another one? That might mess up pathing. How about one right over here? There we go. Very nice. I would be very happy to be waiting in this waiting room. This is good. Oh, a table lamp could live there. Yeah, a table lamp could live over there, except nobody can use it apparently because it's red. All right, that's fine. Oh, a clock. People need to know exactly how long they've been waiting in line so they can complain about it later. That's sensible. Now, where the heck did the coffee machine go? There it is. Coffee machine. People can have coffee while they're waiting. That is good. Oh, dressing screen. I didn't see that before. I have to use that in my doctor's area. Anything else that we need sort of right here-ish? I could maybe put down a TV for them, but that seems excessive. We've already spent, what, $14,000 on this waiting room. I think the waiting room's okay right now. The waiting room is fine. Let's move on to some other room that is necessary. All right, so I took a corridor well, it will be a corridor. I'm planning a corridor all the way along here. And this is going to be sort of the nerve center of where everything happens. So my idea is a bunch of doctor's offices going down this side of the corridor. So people will wait in here. Probably still going to go with the restroom idea over here. Maybe I'll move the liver poster for the door. Maybe I'll put the liver poster in the restroom so people can learn about their liver while they are attending to their needs. Flooring. I want to get a theme going on for the flooring of the corridors to make sure it all looks nice and the same. So I want to remember what I'm doing here. Small white ceramic tiles, good. Medium white ceramic tiles, or just plain old white floor. We can mix up the colors a lot, which is great. A lot of variation in colors. This sort of aqua bluey thing, kind of. I don't even know what color this is. Oh, I kind of like that. Yeah, this. What if we did this for our corridor? Like that. Yes, that is our corridor color. I'm going to try and remember that. I'll probably fail. But it's colored tiles, second row, this one. I totally won't remember that. Comment section. Go ahead and write that down so you can remind me in the future what the heck I just did. Now, door to get out of the waiting room, I think. Let's do the double door with the windows. That seems fun. Yeah, that would be somewhere where you'd go out into the general part of the hospital. Yes, that looks like a hospital-y kind of door. So people will go out there, and then there will be doctor's offices. And then this area, I want to still leave kind of free and clear. All right, so far we've accomplished one room to actually get this hospital going. Let's work on something even more smart, like the restroom. People love those. So mapping out the restroom, we have to have sort of walls within walls to define where, well, the facilities are. Let's call it like it is, the facilities. Can I squeeze? Is that going to work out? Oh, yeah, that worked out perfectly. Great. Super. All right. Well, let's earmark this as what it is. So this is going to be a restroom area. When I forgot to zone the corridor. So this is a corridor game. That's where corridors happen. You are now earmarked as a corridor. Good. So we need, well, obvious things. A WC, a sink of some sort, although we have some options there, and a hand dryer. Fair enough. Let's go with the obvious things here. Yep, this can I get that to be centered? How about if I did it like that? No, it's 2 by 2. It's never going to be perfectly centered. That's fine. It can just be like that. I'll learn to live with that. It's a little it might be a little challenging to actually use this WC, seeing as one side of it is slammed up against the wall. But you know what? It can't be perfect. It can't be perfect. And a sink. How about a couple? Well, I might want a door there. So let's do a couple of sinks this way. And a couple of... Where am I going to put the door? Let's move the liver poster. Can I move the liver poster, please? Yes, thank you. Let's move the liver poster over there. And let's put another door, several doors actually. So we need a door to each cubicle. There, 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 and come on, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. There. Okay, now people can actually use the toilets. That's in the win column. A plain white door here and here. So people can get in and out from both areas. We've got the sinks, we've got that covered. What else do we need? A hand dryer. We'll put a couple of hand dryers maybe. Oh, that doesn't want to live there. That's fine. Okay, it can live there and there. Good. How about a trash bin? Because people like to throw their trash away. So trash bin so it doesn't get really awful in here. Maybe not a clock. Maybe you don't want to know how much time you've spent here. That's probably terrible. But you can have a poster for tennis elbow. And if you've got tennis elbow while you're using the facilities, you know what? I'm sorry I even started that sentence. I'm desperately sorry I even started that sentence. However, some mirrors would probably be handy. Where do mirrors live? There we go. Let's put some mirrors up. Can mirrors live here? Oh, no, 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 no. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. There we go. 1, 2, 3 mirrors over the sink. Don't really need a coffee machine in here. That's probably not what we need. I really just want to use a privacy screen. I'll do it in the doctor's office. Just calm down, Dave. All right, waiting room done, restroom done. That's 2 out of the 3 rooms that we need for this hospital to start functioning at its basic level. Now, we need doctor's offices. And 1 is probably not going to cut it. I mean, it'll work in the short term, but really I have a plan for 3 doctor's offices going along these corridors. And the one thing I learned playing this myself is build these doctor's offices bigger than you think. Yeah, you can cram them into a small area, but there's a lot of stuff to put into the doctor's office. So I want to make sure these are nice and big. Let's do I might actually even wondering if 8x8 is too small, but I'll learn to cope with it. So 1 there. And, well, let's just get the walls up so I can more clearly define it. Now, doctor's office number 1. What would you like to have? Aluminum panels. Probably not. How about, what do we got in reds? You want sort of an aggressive... Oh, it actually specifically says restroom wall. I didn't know that was earmarked for restrooms. All right. Middle colored stripe. Why don't you have... I don't really like any of these for a doctor's office. None of these are really singing to me here. Give me go back to the grays and the blacks. Let's make this a little somber. How about... Oh, I don't know. You know what? Just this... Oh, that's restroom wall again. I mean, it can go here, but... how about blues? No. Sort of purpley things. Kind of. Sort of brownish ones. Let's just keep this one simple. This is just going to get a very, very basic brown wall. Sorry, doctor. Maybe you're the boring doctor. All right, and flooring. You can have... Oh, what do we got kicking around? Yeah, just some... Well, you know what? Go back to the browns and the sort of muted colors. Our earth tones, if you will. You can have brown floor-ish. Kind of tan with a little bit of peach going on. And let's zone this out for a doctor's office. Yay. Doctor number 1, you live here. Okay, now what do you need? You need a ton of stuff. You need a ton of stuff. You need all of this stuff. And then there's so much more stuff that we can throw in. Let's start with fundamentals. The biggest thing is probably going to be the exam table. That takes up a fair bit of space, only because there needs to be pathing things around it. So it can't be slammed up against... well, walls in the wrong way. So I think the exam table here, that's good. And the exam table needs an exam light. So let's get one of those going up on the ceiling there. Now, more fundamentals. Office desk. Let's keep the browns going. You're going to get a brown desk in a brown office with your kind of brown walls. And where are you going to sit there? You're going to sit like that. Okay. So let's get this over here. And you need a chair to sit in, which very conveniently snaps into place. And then on your desk, you need a computer and a printer. Those are hard fundamentals. You need a computer and a printer. Otherwise, you can't print all the prescriptions for people, apparently. Now we need all this other stuff. So a lot of these things live on cabinets and surfaces. So let's put some cabinets over here. How about one of those there, one of those there, and then we'll do the one with the drawers. That's festive. And another one with drawers. You can have a lot of drawers. What do we need to actually put on there, and then what can we put on there? So a CRP scan, what is that? CRP scan is quick blood test measuring concentration of C-reactive protein. Yeah, this game ain't playing. This is not 2 Point Hospital for comedy. A CRP scan is apparently a very real thing, which does whatever it is that says it does of measuring concentrations of C-reactive protein. I don't even know what that means, but I'm putting it on top of this cabinet because clearly it needs it. An audiometer used to determine certain levels of one's hearing functions. Oh, that's the thing that goes beep, and then you raise your hand and you say when you hear the beep. I remember those. Okay, pop one of those down. Disinfectant, sure. Although we could just do a sink. A sink will qualify as that. Let's do a lab sink. Where could that live? Maybe over here, so you could wash your hands after you examine the patient. That seems like a good thing. And what else do you need? You need a mobile EQ cabinet for all rooms where examinations and treatment procedures take place. Okay, that's a little vague, but you need it. How about that can also go live near the exam table, right there. Okay, let's see what else we want to do in here. Let's put a chair. No, you don't get a red chair. You don't have an option for a brown chair. All right, well, you can have a black chair then. Let's put a chair right next to the desk, so hopefully the patient will sit on that and tell the doctor all their problems. Now, what required things are we missing? Eye test. Apparently, this is the one part I don't understand. The eye test chart is simply required for every single doctor's office. Like, I thought maybe you could just put up a different poster and that would count. No, it's the eye test. You have to put up the eye test. So that can just, sort of indiscriminately live over there because I don't care about the eye test thing. We do need a biohazard trash bin. Why don't you put that right next to your little exam thing, because maybe that's where you put your biohazard stuff. And a biohazard trash bin again. No, we don't need two. That's silly. Just one will be fine. Thank you. So those are all the required things. We've covered that. Oh, except an equipment table. Do I have any more equipment? But it could live right here, and it'll look really cool if it does. Oh, yeah, let's put it right there. That's neat. What lives on that? What could we put on there that lives on that? Oh, an oxygen tank. Yeah, that doesn't live on there, but I think we should have an oxygen tank. Right near the doctor's desk in case he needs to huff some oxygen at some point. He'll be able to do that. Now, give me that privacy screen. I've been waiting to put this thing down. Oh, and it's different colors, too. Okay, this one you can have a red privacy screen. Now, I got to make sure I don't mess with the pathing around here. You can... Oh, I should have planned this better. No, I see yellow. It's going to mess with the pathing. No, it doesn't really work like this. I don't like it anywhere. I have to plan for my privacy screens. All right, well, you know what? This doctor doesn't get a privacy screen, but he does get a paper holder. So he can hold his important papers on that cart. That's where your important papers live. Okay, now decoratives. What other things could we do around here? Oh, a plastic hamper. Yeah, you should be able to put your scrubs in a hamper when you're done with them. So, and those little paper Johnny things that they give you in the hospital when they're examining, you could put those in there too. I don't think they actually live in there. Table lamp. Do we need a table lamp for you? Well, you're getting one. That's a totally useless place for a lamp, but I think it's fun. And a poster about digestion, because digestion. So yeah, you can see your intestines and colon and things. That's fun for people. People like that. And a flower. You can have a flower on this cabinet just to make it nice and pretty in here. That is a doctor's office. All right, I'm happy with that. Not as happy as I could be because I'm going to try and plan better for my next one. But that is a doctor's office. Did we actually zone that? Yeah, we zoned it out. All right, we're good. Oh, it doesn't have a door. That's why it's being fussy. Yes, it is an important thing to have a door so people can get into the doctor's office, like, the doctor. So door with window, that's that's a doctory kind of door now, isn't it? That can live right here. That should, yes, we have satisfied the requirements now. So we have a doctor's office, we have a restroom, and we have a waiting room. Fantastic. Good. Done all that. I want to pop down one more doctor's office while we've still got some money. And then we're going to start making some hiring choices. Okay, planning in advance for my dressing screens this time. Boom, boom, and boom. Can I get one to go? It doesn't quite line up properly. That's fussy. I wanted to kind of make a little fence of privacy screens, but it's going to be off kilter. No, that doesn't work at all. All right, that's fine, though. I got my privacy screens, and that's more than enough to make me happy, because I demand very little in life. I just want my privacy screens to live where they live, and a lamp up here, and you can have a different desk, and let's put that desk, I don't know, right by the door. Yeah, let's do that, and then you can have an office chair like that, and let's also get, again, somewhere for other people to sit, and they can have a fancy chair in this room. They can sit and chit-chat to the doctor just like this. Perfect. PC, yep, and the printer. Those are just the fundamentals here. Now, what else do we need? Let's do this time. Let's do kind of going with a red theme in this room. So let's do, you know what? Let's do this even more interesting. Let's make a little island. So cabinet, 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 cabinet. Yeah, let's have a little island. That'll be neat. And where did the sink go? I just want a sink to fit in here. Perfect. You can get. All right, let's just put the eye test thing up. I don't get it. I don't get the eye test thing. Why is that so mandatory? How about some wall-mounted equipment for you? So you got places for things to live there. And you can have the other biohazard trash bin. And that can live right at the end of your cabinets, which also doesn't quite line up properly. That's making me mental. All right, fine. That can go live over here. And your audio meter can live here, right next to the sink, because electricity and water mix really well. And your CRP scan can live right there. What else could we give you? Let's also, do I want to give you the mobile equipment cabinet? Not so much. You know what, though? You can have a stool. For no readily explainable reason other than a stool. That's fun. People like to sit on stools. Yeah, I like that. That stool's going to live there. How about you get a bunch of potted plants? You're like the plant guy. People give you plants for gifts and stuff. You're going to have all... I like that one a lot. Wait, can I make these different colors or just make the... it makes the pots different colors. That's cool. I like that. All right. So, bunch of potted plants for you. And what else could you have? You could have a poster about skulls next to the eye test. Because, your eyes are in your skull. You'd probably want to combo those two things together. You can have a cactus on your cabinet. Neat. Digging it. Okay, what else can we put here? Card file. No, it's 2018. We don't need a card file. That seems really silly. Probably don't need a bucket cart. Not going to be doing a lot of janitorialization in this area. I really struggled to put that word together. And what else could we do? Do you need a radio? You might need a radio. What kind of other... a defibrillator. Defibrillator. Yes, I'm going to be a great doctor when I can say the words. A wall-mounted defibrillator. Even better. An ECG. It's only $500. We can measure people's heart activity. Where does it live? Oh, it lives on top of something. Okay, I can deal with that. Just hold the phone there. How about a mobile cabinet right here, and then give me the ECG. Yeah, let's measure people's electrical activities. It can't live there. Why can't it live there? Darn. Well, have some disinfectant then. I know it doesn't really make up for the whole ECG thing, but what's a campometer? Used to detect dysfunction in central or peripheral vision. It's only $2,000. Oh, that's a big thing. That's a huge thing. I don't really have space for that here. Maybe the next doctor can have that. A bed socket can be attached to a hospital bed. Why do I want to do that? Is that just so people can charge their iPhones? It ain't that much of a luxury place. How about a electrocautery machine used to remove tissues or seal blood vessels during surgeries? That sounds like something I need in a surgery, which we're not up to yet. How about just flat out a hospital bed? Oh, I can do that. Can I? I bet I can't use that as an exam table, though. No, probably not. All right, well, we'll come to that. All right, overexcited. Slow down. Room is done. This room is done, right? We have fulfilled our requirements here. Yes, we now have 2 doctors' offices. Fantastic. Let's hire some doctors, because that's actually all we need at this point. The waiting room is self-sufficient. It will take care of itself. But here, we definitely need some doctors. So, what do we got? Rachel Adams, 45, and she is half good at general medicine, 49% at general medicine, only 31% at diagnosis, and that's a lot of what she's going to be doing. Can you give me any better than that? Now, Judy Thomas is 64% at diagnosis. And this level affects how often the doctor will misdiagnose the patient or have to consult other doctors. Now Linda Barkley. Now, she's pricey, but she's 93% in diagnosis, 92% in general medicine, 90% in acute medicine. She's terrible in advanced diagnosis, but all these stats can improve, as I understand it. These doctors will gain skill and gain experience, and they can move up in these things. I think we got to have Linda Barkley. She's just hardcore. And you can tell by her face, she's been around. She's seen some life, and she ain't playing for emergency medicine. Yeah, and she's a specialist, so off you go. You work for us now. Our hospital now accepts patients. Super. Well, I still need to hire another doctor. Now, how about Fraser Harris here? He's not very good. In fact, he's pretty terrible. But he's really cheap, and he has a hidden perk. She has 3 hidden perks, though. This is such a complex and interesting game. I love these little sort of doodads and bits and pieces that just help flesh the game out. I kind of want to recycle these guys. But I'm going to weirdly take Fraser Harris. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. If I back out of here, game, and then I come back in, will I get the same people? Yeah, I do. I wonder when this refreshes. Find new candidates for a fee. Okay, is it $2,500? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's fine. I'll pay $2,500 just this time. I just want to get a good selection here. Here we go. Michael Anderson is kind of an all-rounder and not super expensive. Now, Margaret, you're kind of meh. You're not very good at all. Jessica Green is really terrible. Michael Anderson's probably our best candidate out of this group, and I don't want to keep paying. We've spent half of our money just building what we built. We're down to $52,000. We started with $100,000. So, Michael, you can have the red doctor's room. Oh, speaking of which, I have to adjust something. I forget where that lives. I'm going to have to... Oh, there it is. I see it right there. So, Michael, you live there. Speaking of the red room, not only can you do all these other things, but you can also adjust their clothing. So, dress code. Doctors in the clinic are going to wear red, because I just like reds. I do. I like reds. My wife knows that about me. I like deep reds, like burgundies and maroons. So all doctors in the clinic are going to wear red scrubs. And then as we get to these other guys, we'll figure out what they're going to wear. But right now, all doctors wear red scrubs. And I think we're actually ready to open our hospital. Yeah, our hospital is open. Linda, you changed into your red scrubs. Good. I appreciate that. Wow. Michael here is really camouflaged in his room. And let's do some other fun things with Michael, like rename him. I don't think we need Michael Anderson. I think this first name should probably go to the person who got me to play this, and that's watching Penge at the Geek Cupboard. So you can be Dr. Penge. Dr. Penge is on call. And then as we go through, we'll kind of rename some other folks. So, Dr. Penge, there you go. You are on call. You're ready to go. You are ready to see some clients. As we kind of go through the game, if you have a hankering to be a doctor or a nurse or I don't know why, but a janitor in this game, go ahead and let me know. And we'll maybe name some of these other folks as we're going along to supporters and friends of the channel. And we have our very first patient. So, oh, and he's in the queue already. Let me just pause that real quick. So let's cut it here on Project Hospital. And next time we will actually diagnose and treat our first patient. And that's when it gets really fun. Because we can let the game do that. Or we can let Dave do that. Yep, I can be a doctor and start diagnosing people. That won't go horribly wrong at all. So we'll do that next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours. And we'll see you next time. Anyone want to get the head out of the hot tub? Did you want to maybe pull this head out of the hot tub? That's not sanitary, guys. That is not okay. That's a health code violation in the mansion.